Yo, let me tell you about the lore.
Hello all and welcome back to Season 1, Episode 5 of Super Lore Boys. This is a Super Turbo podcast which follows the stories of new challengers who became world warriors and eventually champions. Are y'all hype yet? I'm your host, Riz1, aka Riz1, and joining me we have, coming all the way from Paris, France, Balcork, aka Le Monsieur Fei Long. How's it going, man?
Hey Riz, I'm good. Thanks for having me here. It's an honor to be part of your podcast show. So, yeah.
Well, it's an honor to have you here, and also the representative of the European scene. We haven't gone to this continent yet. We've talked about it, but you're going to be the guy who tells us everything that we need to know. So, yeah, how's it going? How's life treating you these days?
Life is not easy with the virus. I'm working from home, so it's not stressful with the transport, etc. But we are not. I can go out with friends like before, stuff like that. It's a bit annoying, but at least I played a lot of ST on Fake, so
yeah, that's all we got now, huh?
Yeah.
Hey man, it's all good. I mean, we got to do it for now, but I think it's still good, and we have a chance to like level up or practice matches and that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, lately I practiced a lot actually. Since the quarantine, I did a lot of online events. A lot of stuff popped up. Your podcast. There's a ton of French guy who does the same thing. There is Donian who has his podcast too. So maybe the virus, even if it's a bit annoying, it brings a lot to the community with podcasts and stuff. So yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think you need any training, bro, because you came to the US and you beat everybody. So I don't think you need to practice. But I mean, we'll definitely get into that. But first, I got here your player card. So you got your name, Balcork, playing ST for 10 years from Paris, France.
Yes.
Before we get into like your favorite game and all that stuff, the first question I actually needed to ask is, what is Balcork? Or would you prefer talking about that a little bit later?
No, it's fine. We can
get it out the way.
I'll tell the story and then I'm done with that. So,
all right, go for it. The stage is all yours.
I hope nobody will get disappointed, but I think a lot of people will be really disappointed with the story. So Balcork is nothing. It's from. I picked that name because of my big brother. Because his nickname was Diesp, Giesp, and sometimes his alternate name was Jeps Corp, like a corporation, And I was like 7 or 8 years old. I was like, oh, it sounds cool. And I was like, but I can't copy his name because it's a lack of personality or something. So I was like, okay, how can I replace Corp? I was like, okay, Cork. And I needed something who sounds good with Cork, so I tried literally a lot of things, and then I was like, Balcork, and that's it.
That's the weirdest origin name I've ever, that's the weirdest story I've ever heard about an origin name. I thought maybe you were a Balrog player, you used to play Claw or something, or
yeah, start the game with Claw. My first pick was Claw, but no, nothing with Claw or yeah. It's not my really nickname. My friends call me Titos, which means literally little Portuguese.
Okay.
I think this is my real nickname, but I start playing ST with this name, so I keep it.
That's pretty dope. There are a few people that use multiple names, but yeah, you're definitely known as Balcork, and Titos is your Twitter name. So for anyone who wants to follow, it's right there on the screen, so you guys will be able to see it. Would you say your brother was a huge influence then on you playing games? Because I might have a similar story. So you can tell me about that.
Yeah, big influence. He's 9 years older than me. So I watch him play video games all day behind behind his back. I think if I play ST today, it's because of him. Because he, when Street Fighter 4 came out, he was like, "Hey, do you remember when we were little? We were actually playing Street Fighter 2 on a Mega Drive." I was like, "Yeah, I remember." And then he downloaded it, and I started playing Street Fighter 4, and that's how I joined the versus fighting games community. So yeah, he has a big influence. Even Diablo, a game I love. He just bought the game, playing it, and one day he was not at home. I turned on the computer, I create my first character, and yeah, the video game influence is from him definitively.
And is he still playing like ST or anything, or does he know that you've traveled the world to play this game?
Yeah, during Tournament of Legend 2, he was here supporting me in Las Vegas. So yeah, he knows.
Man, that must be so cool for him. Like he goes, "Man, I'm here with my little brother, and we're going to Vegas for the finals." Like I don't know if you ever saw Over the Top, this Stallone movie. It's like the arm wrestling movie, and then they go to Vegas. I always think of that as like Evo, and then you're out here just trying to win like Tournament of Legends in an arm wrestling contest.
Yeah, it was crazy because I won the qualifier at Stunfest. And I told him, I'm qualified for a tournament in Las Vegas. He was, wow, seriously? Let's go. Let's check the flight ticket and stuff. He was so excited, even more than me, because I was like, oh shit, I have to play in Las Vegas against the best Japanese, best American, and I'm playing Fei Long.
Well, I mean, that was actually, I think your story's pretty interesting. I was like piecing everything together, and I'm like, man, you went to the Tournament of Legends that had Hanashi at the time, where Hanashi was definitely the best Fei Long and one of the best players in the world. He was fighting like Numa every week at GameSpot Versus, and they were doing like the infinite safe jump on tick throw mix-ups, and so like for you to be exposed to playing ST in the US on the biggest stage, Evo, for Tournament of Legends with Hanashi there, it's like, if that's not motivational, I don't know what is. So it's so good for you that you're able to do that.
Yeah, I met Hanashi 1 year back in X-Mania Europe. Yeah, he's amazing. At that time, he was so good. He showed me so much stuff. They are really impressive with Koeman and Suzu. It's very the Fei Long at that time in 2013 make a new step in the charts because they found so much new stuff. It's amazing. After maybe 20 years. It's like wow, it's really it's amazing. Quaimon is a really scientist. It's a Fei Long scientist. Really, he sent me so many stuff on Twitter. You can't imagine how many things he tests, he try. It's and that's how they found all this stuff.
Man, so it's all because of Koimon and these guys and the communication that you're able to beat everybody here. But again, we'll get to that one. I definitely want to have a good conversation about like all the different Fei Longs and like how they helped you. But yeah, just a quick note. Like I think your brother, the way that he influenced you is kind of like how my brother influenced me, but a little bit different. So he used to play a bunch of games, including fighting games, and like when we would play, he'd be like, "Oh, you can't use my character. He's my character." Like, "Oh, why?" Like, he looks so cool. So I would always end up playing like low tiers, or like at that time I didn't know anything about tier lists, but I knew like I couldn't copy my brother. So when he was at work, he was 4 years older than me. But anyway, when he was at work, or if he was at school, I'd be like, all right, like now's my time. I could go on his PlayStation and like, go to training mode with his characters. And then he'll come home and beat me up if he finds out. But yeah, the same thing. I think if I didn't have like that, competitive like drive, just playing my brother growing up, maybe I wouldn't have been, at this point where I'm at, where I got to like compete, all around and, like enter all these tournaments and stuff. So yeah, shout outs to big brothers. If for anyone who has a big brother, call them, text them right now, tell them you love them, because they're always out there looking out for you. It's tough love, but but that's how it is, man.
If you don't have a big brother, just buy one,
Or call your little brother and be like, tell me you love me. Anyway. All right, cool. So let's take a look at your likes. So you like ice hockey. Is this like just regular Canadian hockey? Just hockey, right?
Yeah, just hockey. Again, because of my brother, because we start playing NHL 99, and I was wow, this sport is so cool, and I start watching it, and yeah, and then I go to ice rink. That's how it's called. In France, I try to watch some matches. During playoff, I just wake up in the night and I try to watch most stuff I can. Yeah, I really enjoy this sport. I think it's physical. You need physique, skills, and strategy at the same time. So it's cool.
Yeah, it's a cool sport because like the score at the end of the game will be like 2-1 or something. Like you don't really get a lot of points in hockey, so it's pretty much like super team based, and when you're the one who scored the point, it's amazing. My only experience with hockey is playing the Wayne Gretzky game on the Nintendo 64, but I was mad. If anyone wants to have a Wayne Gretzky tournament, like, you guys won't beat me. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, hockey's dope. And then was it Rasta Rocket? It's just a movie. I had to look it up. So
it's a funny movie. I watched all the time when I was a kid. And we had a cassette. I don't know what to say. I don't know. It's
the VHS.
Yeah, VHS. We have this movie on the VHS, and maybe I watched it 50 times, maybe more. And I decided to watch the credit at the end, and after the credit, I discovered Rocky 3 on this VHS, and I was like, wow. What's this movie? It's amazing, and And yeah, because of Rasta Rocket, I discovered Rocky, and I think it's amazing.
Damn, Sylvester Stallone, 2 episodes in a row. First the Kudo and now with you. That's funny. Are you a big Arnold fan too? Do you like Arnold Schwarzenegger movies?
I just love Terminator 1 and 2.
Ooh, yo, those are my favorite movies, man.
Yeah, but yeah, it's my favorite movie as well.
Oh shit. Yo, forget ST. Let's just talk about Terminator, how dope it is. Oh man, no, all right. We'll have to have a separate session just for like Terminator appreciation episode. Yo, I'm telling you, dude, that movie is so good. Like after T2, nothing else matters, of course. But
Yeah, sure, of course.
yeah, fuck all that shit. But
I think I've just watched Terminator 3, but they did like 3 or 4 movie after the 2.
yeah,
I don't know, but yeah, just watch.
you're not missing much.
Yeah,
Yeah, Terminator is just, it's such a perfect like story. And then it's, you know, rare that a sequel will be better than the original. And it's not better like, oh man, like Terminator 1 sucks. It just completes the original so well. And I don't know, it's like CE and ST. So, you know, Terminator 1 is like Champion Edition, where it's just like, man, the pacing, everything is just perfect. Like, how did they do this with like such a limited, you know, kind of thing? And then they amped it up and added super meters with Terminator 2 Judgment Day. They just like, they went all in, and like the risk reward system, I don't know, everything was just crazy. And then, you know, Terminator 3 is like, what, hyper fighting or something? I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, man, the original Terminator movies, that's where it's at. Anyway. We'll talk about that sometime.
Yeah, sure.
And then, what's choucroute? I don't know if I said that right.
It's a French specialty. It's cooking from the east of France. It's like meat, potatoes, and chou. I don't know how to say it in English. And it's the chou is cooked with some wine, and it's amazing, man. If you go to France, ask for some choucroute.
Yeah, I wish
you
one
won't
day.
regret it.
I wish one day I can go. My wife has been bugging me about it for a while. But now with, you know, where the world is at, I don't know, I guess we'll see. And then Synthwave. Synthwave is music. I don't know, everyone that's been on this show so far has some type of affection for music. What's Synthwave?
It's retro music inspired from the 80s. Yeah, it sounds like retro electro. Yeah, it's cool. The famous artists are Kavinsky, but there is a lot of great artists. They are not very known. It's not a popular genre, but yeah, I like it, and I like everything retro. You know, I play ST, so 80s music. Yeah,
I feel like I'm at Tech Noir right now.
I think I born too late. Should I've born in 80s or 70s? I don't know.
Wait, how old are you, if you don't mind my asking?
I'm 28.
Oh, young boy, man. Yo, I'm 33 now, so
It's fine. It's fine.
yeah, that time flew, man. I remember being one of the young guys in ST, but 28, dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm
80s,
still
80s is where it's at. 80s and 90s, those were the good old days. Do you do any music? Like, do you also make music? Otherwise, you're gonna keep shilling Marcus D all the time.
I played piano when I was young, but I stopped playing it because I chose to practice sport over practicing my piano. So yeah. But
So
I
what
did
is it, like football?
no swimming. I swam a lot, and tennis. I play a lot of tennis.
Yeah, that's a gentleman's game right there. It's a pretty fair and competitive game. It's just you in the net and the guy with the racket. Yeah, that's cool. And then looking at your dislikes, this karaoke, gin tonic, and being late. What?
Yeah, I hate being late. Actually, I didn't know what to put on this on my dislike. So yeah, I think okay, what I dislike. I hate being late.
like me, we're doing this kind of late, pretty much, guys. Sorry about that, but it was the only time it fit in both of our schedules. So U.S. California to Paris is kind of like it's a trip.
Yeah, it's not easy to organize when you have 9 plus hours of delay.
Yeah, the input delay is crazy. I mean, if you needed help with dislikes, I think there's more space there after the comma. You could just put Dalsim. I think could be a dislike.
Cloud, Dalsim, Sagat, Chun-Li.
No, they're all fair. I don't know about Dalsim though. I think all the other ones are okay, but
Dalsim is not okay for you?
Nah, Dalsim's mad broken. Everyone else is okay. Claw's fair, Old Sagat's fair, Chun is fair, Boxer's fair, but Dalsim, I don't know, man.
Yeah, but Fei Long has some ugly mix-ups against him, so I can pay for his mad broken skills.
Yeah, but he can just low jab underneath your chicken wing and throw you.
That's right. Even slide works.
Yeah, he has
it's an annoying character. I didn't beat Akaze a single time, sorry. He was just too good. Couldn't beat him. It's the only Japanese I couldn't beat in Japan.
Yeah, it's tough, man. But we'll get into your Japanese stories in just a sec. Let's start with your origins. How did you get into fighting games? So your brother, you guys were playing.
Yeah.
When did you decide, I want to start playing fighting games seriously?
So I start with Street Fighter 4 with my brother. I was playing on pad. And then my brother always buys the nicest stuff, the lightest stuff, the best stuff. And he was like, okay, I did my research and we need to play versus fighting games with arcade stick. I was okay, cool. So he bought arcade sticks and I started playing with a stick. And yeah, I started enjoying a lot of this type of game. I was really bad when I started. I couldn't do quarter cycle or stuff like that. I could only play a charged character. So my main was Claw on Street Fighter 4.
Oh wow!
Shout out to
I knew
Hokuto.
it.
And yeah, I really wanted to be better at the game, so I would start watching a lot of videos on YouTube. And we have a famous commentator named Ken Bogard. He was doing a lot of videos, tutorial, etc. And I was a huge fan of Daigo at that time. And he just, so Ken Bogard just uploaded a new video about Ace-T featuring Daigo. And I was like, okay, so Daigo is good at Street Fighter 4 because he played Ace-T a lot. So I'm gonna download ST, and I will improve my skills in Street Fighter 4 thanks to ST. So that's how I start playing ST for my Street Fighter 4 skills. Yeah, it sounds a bit weird, but I was looking how I could play, how I can play online, practicing, and I found GGPO. So I started playing on GGPO. So I picked Claw on ST because I couldn't do more than one game because I was like, this character is really weird. It doesn't feel like a Street Fighter character. I don't know. It feels like I'm playing another game. So I picked Blanca then, and I think I stayed a bit with Blanca because it was easy to do some roles and win some round, but didn't enjoy the character as well. And I stayed maybe 5-6 months on DJ. DJ was cool. You're throwing characters, you can zone your opponents. And then I meet Volmar online, and I was like, okay, who's Volmar? A random noob, okay. I'm a Street Fighter 4 player, so boom, alright. Will be easy.
Random noob, what?
And he crushed me like I was a nobody. So yeah, he crushed me like a nobody. But I was so pissed. I lost maybe 60 or 70 to 0. I couldn't even win a single round. So I was like, okay, something is wrong. I can't be good at this type of game, alright. I was like, no, I think you're good, but it's your character sucks. I need a new character, a character who did really damage. By the way, DJ did a lot of damage. It just I was a noob at the time.
Yeah, he kind of does a lot of damage. Well, maybe a lot, yeah.
Yeah, his machine gun is just broken as Sim is. So I start watching videos for a new character. I was like, I need a character, and I just watch Tsumura Fei Long against Futachan Ryu. Just like this, because Futachan was a good Ryu, so I just enjoy watching him. And it's weird because I didn't see Fei Long the first time on the casts. So it's like I discovered the character watching this video, and he was doing some really crazy stuff, some really crazy combos, that Tsumura Fei Long, and it impressed me a lot. And I really think, watching this video, that Fei Long is not a low tier character. It's impossible. I don't know why people put this character so low. Even though at that time I was really bad at the game, I just saw that character did way too many damage to be that bad. Because
You know what it is? It's like when you don't know a lot about a game, but you're watching it, your perception is different from someone who's a professional or like a top player, because you're viewing things on a much more simpler level. So all you're seeing is like the pressure and these block strings and the damage. You're like, wow, like he's such an explosive character, he must be good, and it makes you want to like play them, right?
Yeah, I think too, because this is not a very popular character in Europe, and in US, I think. And yeah, I was like, why nobody played this character? He's He's walking fast. He's super aggressive. He has some funny combos. It is a lot of damage. This is my character. Seriously, I'm gonna show people this character is not a tier. At that time I was like, I'm gonna crush people with Fei Long. So yeah, never I stick with him forever.
And do you now think he's low tier? Like, where do you think he stands on the tier list?
I think he's a good mid-tier character. He has his chances against every character except DJ and Honda. But besides these two characters, yeah, he's doing fine. I mean, Ryu with 2 mix-up, you can beat him. That's him with strong mix-ups, you stun him and you just won. So yeah, it's I think it's a really good character in this game.
Yeah, even just to talk back on what you were saying about Fei Long being rare, I feel like even in Japan he was rare. I remember watching like Master Secret Cup videos, and that was probably the first time I saw Fei Long. And I forget, I think it might have been Sumura Fei Long fighting, or maybe it was Fei Long fighting Sumura Hawk. And I remember it was in China, and then he does like chicken wing low jab super, and I was just like, holy shit, like this character's good. Why doesn't anyone play him? But there's like, that was like the only time you see Fei Long. And then there's a guy from New York, Green Tea. He's Technical Monkey's brother, and he made a combo video where he took like whatever footage he could find at the time from Japan and going over the tech, like, you know, when you walk under and do the meaty stand fierce combo or stand medium kick stuff, or no, so you do like anti-air stand fierce, walk under, stand medium kick. So all these tricks, I'm like, damn, like Fei Long's good, but like, why doesn't anyone play him? Like you said, and you know, you just decided, screw it, like I'm gonna play this guy.
I think these characters needs a lot of knowledge, and you need to be good technically with rekas, chicken wings. Chicken wings are too hard to execute. No, it's not for me. And yeah, you have to be devoted to the character. I mean, it took me like 2 years to be consistent with rekas. I never abandoned the character because I couldn't do the rekas. I stayed on it. I was like, one day I will have a good execution to play the character. I have to play more, and yeah, I was very devoted to him. And he has to be your true main. It's, to be good with him, it requires too many knowledge, and I think people are just picking Sim, I guess. It was like, oh, I just have to press 10 medium kick and can hit my opponents.
Damn, I thought I was the mean one. I thought I was the bad guy. Thanks, man. But actually, it's really interesting that I'm just thinking about it. But you started playing, you said, after Street Fighter 4, which means that's when HDR was pretty much the most popular it had been. Were you also playing HDR? Because Fei Long is completely different in that game.
No, I never touched HDR in my life. Just once at a friend's house, but I never had a console at home. So no, I just played on GGPO. Never touched HDR.
Damn, you're a real purist, man. That's crazy. I think a lot of people would like HDR Fei Long because his super is like
different. I heard he was totally broken. He could juggle his chicken wing. After his chicken wing, he could juggle with his dragon punch, I think.
Oh, really? I didn't.
Yeah.
That's so stupid. I didn't even know that.
You could do chicken wing, dragon punch, then super. Stuff like that.
Damn. That's like It's like Mugen or something.
The real Bruce Lee.
Yeah, it's Shin Fei Long.
That would be dope.
So during that time, then, so you're getting into the scene. You have Ken Bogart. Shout out to Ken Bogart, by the way. That dude is one of the real OGs. Like, even if you don't know anything about the European scene anywhere in the world, you know about Ken Bogart because, you know, he's got his hat on, he got the little beard, you know, and he's got the microphone in his hand right now, and he's just like popping off with the commentary. Like, everyone knows Ken Bogart, right?
Yeah. He's really good at it, commentating. It's he brings a lot of players in the versus fighting community games. I mean, me and much more ST players. So shout out to him, really.
Yeah, the first time I went to Japan, he also went to SBO, and he entered with it was him, Yamazaki 93, and one other player.
And a Belgium guy, I forgot his name, but he was from Belgium.
The one who Hokuto beat in the video that we watched, Kenpachi.
Yeah, Kenpachi.
Yeah. So that's where I met him. But I was gonna say, did you at that time did you know about like tournaments, and did you know like about going to arcades and online versus offline? Like, what was your knowledge about the scene when you got your arcade stick and you're trying to learn like Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 4 at the same time?
Yeah, so when I start playing on GGPO, so you talk to the other French guy, and they're like, where are you from, etc. And I just found out that a lot of players were from Paris, so I was looking where I could play the game offline, because I knew even if I play online that the true game is uncapped. And so there was 2 arcades in Paris at that time, and I tried to go there as much as I can. The problem is that I was still a student. I didn't have much money to spend on the arcade, but I definitely know that I could play offline. And then there was a lot of ranking events around the France, in Lyon, in Nancy, in the east. And in 2012, I think, I went to Nancy. It was my first ranking ever with people. That was great. I enjoyed a lot. I think it was after 2 years of ST, and I wanted to test myself. At that time, I was really devoted to the game. I wanted to improve a lot, so I travel every time I could. I just go and play the game. The SBO qualifier you were talking with Ken Bogard, I don't remember, but it was in 2011 or 12.
That one was 2011.
2011.
Yeah.
I think there is a drama behind this SBO qualifier in France.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Because I think the French community was not aware of this qualifier at all, and they keep them for themselves. It's like they organize this qualifier at a game convention, Japan Expo, something like this, and literally there was no challenge for them. it was too easy to qualify. This was like random people who were at the convention who played the game or stuff. I mean, it was not a real qualifier. And in 2011, I think guys like Professor Jones, the Malachi brothers, or even Volmar could have been representing better the European scene. Because we sent Yazamaki, who is not a ST player. I think only Ken Bogard was really good at the game. At least good with his hawk. But yeah, it was... people were a bit mad, I think.
Yeah, we had... When the qualifiers happened for the US, I'm not going to say it was the same thing. It's just the qualifier was in Tennessee. So, like, not a lot of people were going to fly out to Tennessee for this qualifier. So, overall, there weren't many entrants to you know, compete for this tournament. But obviously, there were still, like, a lot of good players. And then I remember the tournament was on an American board, so I was already like nervous about it because I was just practicing offline on Japanese board. Like there's big differences between the two games.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't team based, so it's like if you win the tournament, then you're the first person on the team. Then they did a second qualifier. Whoever wins that one is the second person. So it wasn't already like team-based either, which means that you had to win. So it was like, I thought the format was strange, and I think maybe it turned off a lot of people as well. But yeah, like you said, if there wasn't any exposure, if people didn't know about it, then, you know, it might not be like fun for entry.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, like it might not be like exciting to see the result. Yamazaki is an amazing CVS2 player though.
Yeah,
like,
he's amazing.
Dude is nuts. He's crazy good. And then, you know, Kenpachi is just like all around, you know, he could play any fighting game at like an above average level. In some games he's like really good. But yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to meet Professor Jones. You know, I used to play him a ton back in the day.
Professor Jones did SBO. I can't remember the year, but it was a 2 versus 2. And his teammates was AFO.
Oh shit, that's what's up.
Yeah, he was like... Professor Jones went to Japan. He did a SBO qualifier. So he needed a teammates, and IFO was like, I have nobody with me.
Oh my god.
And yeah, IFO is really amazing. An amazing player.
He is definitely one of the most amazing SC players. Like his IQ is super high. But yeah, that's so cool that like the players will reach out. And like ask, you know, foreigners, hey, like you want to be on my team? Actually, AFO did the same thing with me. He was like, you want to team up for XS? Okay. But yeah, and I remember I knew Chaos Flare, you know, Ryan, and he's not from France, but he's from the European scene. And you know, I remember he told me how like French players are super polite at the arcade, and you know, people told me stories about how like they're even more polite than the Japanese. Was that what your experience in the French scene as well? Is everyone like super kind? It's not like New York. Do you ever watch like Marvel 2 videos? Or like you know what I mean? Like what was the tournament scene like when you were going to these events and stuff?
It's definitely not like the Chinese cough scene. But yeah, if I compare with Japan, yeah, I don't know. It is in the US, but yeah, you do your game, and if you lose, you let your place. you let your seats. But no, there is people who get mad. It depends on the area, I think. There is some very I know in Lyon, for example, there is some little dramas with players because they have their ego. And,
no names.
Yeah, and
no names.
But I don't know if it depends of the nationality, but it's, I think, more based on people. I know in Paris there is some when they lose they eat the cab or stuff like that, but that's pretty much it.
It's not too bad. It's not like, you know, the stories they talk about, oh, you know, back in the day, if you threw someone, they would like stab you or
No, it's okay. Yeah, I think we're polite, so we are like Japanese.
There you go. That's why Balcork is on that level, because they're humble players. They're nice guys. We got to stop doing these crazy pop-offs and just like just play.
When I'm playing alone at home, I can get mad, but in public, I just can't. Alone, yeah, I will eat my arcade steak. Not today, but when I start the game, I was sometime I was mad, and yeah, maybe I throw my stick or stuff like that. But in public, I can be mad. Yeah, I just can't.
Yeah, you're definitely like a genuine guy. I don't think in any of your matches I ever saw you like you don't even pop off. You're just like, okay, I won, or all right, I lost. Like, it's not a big deal for you. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, online will cause people to rage. What's your feeling about online versus offline? I know Bazooka, he does like a weekly events on his stream. I've seen your name on them, but there are streams at like times and I'm just waking up and stuff, so I can't catch them all the time. But yeah, well, what are your thoughts on online and offline?
I think online is good for learning basics, matchups, and but it's definitely not the same game. But the online experience for me helped me a lot developing my game. I think the lag increased my reflex, so, because it's hard to react to stuff you see like Hadouken or Chicken Wing, Kami special moves. Forgot the name.
Hooligan.
The hooligan.
Right. Yeah.
It's hard to react, but if you try, I think when you go to offline, all these moves feel slow, and you're like, I got the time to react. And I think online is good for that. It's for the reflexes. But yeah, the timing are too much different from offline. The first time I played on cab, I couldn't even do 2 rekas. It was I was like, wow. I think I'm just a good online player. It sucks. But yeah, I forced myself to go to the arcade in Paris. I live in suburbs, in Paris suburbs,
Yeah.
and the transport in the Paris area is really bad. So it took me like 3 hours to, well, okay, just 1 hour and a half to go to the arcade. So it's like 3 hours lost just on transport. So So yeah, it was not easy to practice offline, but it's an important step because you have to get used of the timing, etc. It's too important because in tournament it's just first to 2, first to 3, and if you throw a game because of execution errors, you know it's bad. So yeah, it's definitely not the same game, but honestly online can bring you so much knowledge, and I recommend it to new players, of course.
Yeah, actually, when I was going to get to the community questions, El Trouble did ask, like, what advice do you have for new players trying to get into the game? And honestly, I have to, 100% agree with you because, you're going to learn matchups online that, like you might not get to fight a Cammy all the time. But today I got to play Silent Scope, for example. So now it's like that matchup will stay fresh in my head. But yeah, like you said, some things will work better offline. So those 1.5 hours that you're spending going to the arcade, it should be time to think about like, all right, what's going to work here? Like, what do I need to adjust? And then the 1.5 hours going back home is the reflection period. So all that time matters for your development as a player. It's not just the time that you play. It's also the time that you're analyzing like those differences and stuff. So you probably approach the game like a scientist in a way. I don't know. Just there were a few things that you said earlier. I can't remember how you said it, but I just remember thinking like, yeah, that's logical. That's a pretty logical way of thinking about it. So yeah, it's pretty cool that you can take being an online player and bringing it offline and making it work.
There is some players in France who complains about Fei Long and Camille, and in France they have Mille as a Fei Long player, and they have Max as a Camille player, and they complain because they said they don't have enough practice against these two characters. But you can find me online, you can practice with me. But they say no, online is not the true game, but you can't complain about a character if you don't practice against it. So. And so I think they could have been better as these two matchup just because to play online and play with me, play with Max, and can help you to improve your matchups knowledge. And
so again, like for anyone who's trying to like learn specific matchups but they can't because right now there's like not much of an offline scene. You gotta play it online and then just try your best to understand the difference between the online and offline part. And then watch a lot of videos and put that into practice. Because like matchups are different online. Like Honda Dictator's way harder online than it is offline. Offline is reasonable. Online it's difficult. And then even Dictator online is like harder to beat because his head stomp is just, it feels faster or something. So it's harder for
even
to react against that.
Is Psycho Crusher full screen?
Yeah, you should be able to flame kick that free, but then online, it's not as easy. So that changes the matchup because now you're taking unnecessary chip that you wouldn't take. But yeah, the moral of the story: don't complain about I don't have like the matchup experience. But you gotta hustle for it. You gotta seek it out.
But online, you just try your stuff. If it doesn't work, you lose. It's okay. You don't have to take it too seriously. It's easy to say that because when I started the game, I was not like this at all. But with experience, you realize that if you still enjoy the game, playing online is fine.
Yeah, I mean, for some people, they can just like be online and play, and if that's how you want to express yourself, then fine. But ultimately offline and the real competitive scene on Japanese cabinets is the absolute best way of playing this. But anyhow, let's keep moving on. Actually, I did have a few pictures. If you want to take a look at my screen, I think you mentioned Nancy 2012. I think is what you said.
Yeah, this is my. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so if you could just tell me about this picture, where is it, and yeah. I'll look for you while you're talking about it. It's like Where's Waldo, or in Europe, where's Wally? I think you call him Wally in Europe. So I'm gonna look for you, but yeah, talk about this picture.
You didn't find me?
I'm still. Oh wait, I think I found. Damn, you're a young boy. The one with the scarf over here.
Yeah.
Is that you? Holy shit! You're the youngest person in the picture. All right, tell us about it. You do look like Waldo.
I think I was 21 years old.
Oh shit.
Yeah. 20, yeah. Yeah, it was my first ranking ever. First time I traveled, took the train. Milanea, the French Honda player, was like, hey, you can stay at my apartment. I was like, cool. Because I was a student with no money. So I needed any help to play ST. So this is the picture. There is not in this picture. There's not only ST players because it was a ranking with where you can actually play Street Fighter 4 and other fighting games. And just above me there is Zargat, a young Zargat.
Young Zargat, yeah.
And just above this is Abdel, one of the best French player. At that time he was playing Honda, but he switched to Boxer because Boxer.
Yeah, because Boxer, of course.
Yeah, because as a turnaround punch, 7, stuff like this, Abdel is definitely one of the best player today. His skills is really amazing. It's like Miko, two best boxer for me.
Yeah, it's actually like France has a lot of strong, like really, really strong players. And, I wanted to talk about Walmart in a little bit since he was kind of like the one to come to the US, but I don't think a lot of people in the world knew until recently, since there's been more travel with Japanese going to France and stuff like that. But yeah, let's make sure that we talk about that significance. See what other pictures we have here. We got there was Bazooka.
Yeah, this is Bazooka on the left, and on the right this is Zagi. I think this is HFS
2018.
2018.
Yeah.
I can't remember the Japanese invitee at this tournament. It was TMF. I think it was TMF.
I think Charlie Chaplin was at the tournament too.
Yeah. He plays Akuma.
Yeah, he's banned from all the tournaments.
Yeah, he's banned. Yeah.
His playstyle's kind of funny.
Yeah, HFS is one of the major tournaments with XSB and Stunfest. They're the 3 most important tourneys in France today.
Yeah, this right here is XSB, right?
You have to find me again, Iris.
All right, you talk about it. I already spotted Orf. I spotted Chaos Flare. I spotted Zagi. I'm still looking for you, but yeah, go on.
You're playing Where is Balcork today?
Yeah. So far I'm up 1-0, but I'm about to get bodied. This isn't easy. I found you. Yeah, you're like right next to the flag. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a Lyon flag, the flag of the city. Yeah,
Nice.
XSB. It's an amazing tournament. What Zarga, TZMon are doing, it's really amazing because I think this kind of event keeps the community alive, and it allows people to meet the strongest Japanese. Even you can see Italian players, Spanish players, UK players. It's amazing. It's like they can reunite the Europe. So yeah, shout out to them. It's an amazing event. I recommend to any American or to go there. It's last year we had Air Trouble in Tanya.
Oh yeah, that's
and,
right.
I think they enjoyed a lot the event. I wish they enjoyed it.
El Trouble had a really good tournament performance there. I remember he got really, really far, and he and Tanya mentioned like all the places that they went to. They were telling us stories at Spring Series about like all the places that they visited and how much fun they had. I'm like, man, I want to go. And actually this year, AC Morin did invite me, and I was gonna go, but obviously COVID happened, so things changed. But I was really looking forward to going, because I've been wanting to go to France for a long time, for XSB or those kinds of tournaments. At one point I was gonna go with Damdai, I think like 2011 or 20 not 2011, maybe 2012 or 2013 when he went. I was gonna go, but I had school, so I was like, I can't. And man, I'm so sad. But anyhow,
Maybe next year.
Yeah,
next year.
I mean, I'd be down for that. So let's take a look at this picture. Which one are you right now? It's hard to find you.
I'm on the left.
Oh, all right, cool. Put on some weight, and then you change your hairstyle. All right.
Yeah.
Tell me the story behind this photo.
This is with Nakamura Kami, and this t-shirt is from X-Mania Europe 4, the one Max won it, and he knew that I was going to Japan, so he was like, oh, take this shirt and ask Nakamura to sign it. So one day Shinoni sent me a message and said, hey, let's go play at Rumble Plaza in Tokyo with Tamashima, Akeze, Eifo, Kuza, Chloe One, only noobs. And I was like, yeah, sure. And Nakamura Kami was there, so I asked him to sign it for Max.
Oh, right, because Max is pretty much like your teammate for life. And actually, this is Max, right?
Yeah, this is Max. Okay. On each year we do the same team, Zagi, Max, and me. So yeah, a very balanced team. Camille, Fei Long, yeah.
Yeah, no, actually, that's a pretty sick team. That's I like that. And then you got like the final boss, Zagi, on your team.
Exactly. He played only one match at this tournament, and I beat old Samir guy. I don't know if you know Samir.
Oh yeah, old Samir. I used to play him on like Fightcade or GGPO, whatever it was called. Yeah,
a very strong guy. I beat old Samir and Air Commander Blanca, a really strong Blanca from Paris, and his brother was the last member of the team, and he beat me, and he beat Max, and Zagi was like the final boss. The only match he had to play, but we need we need him sometimes,
I definitely need to like investigate Zagi more, because right now, you can kind of say he might be one of the best like outside of Japan. So if you don't count Japan, maybe he's like top 3 on the planet. But then I don't know if he's ever played like a long set against Damdai or Afro Legends,
I don't think
like,
so, but I think it will be very interesting.
Yeah, I think that's something that a lot of people want to see. Because when I see Zagi, like you saw in that picture, when I see Zagi, I think he's like a cyborg. He's a machine. That dude he's different, man. He's not a normal player.
I've known Zagi. Sorry.
I was gonna say, I also just got this picture loaded up, and this is the scientist himself, right? The
Yeah.
teacher.
This picture was taken after I beat him 3-0. Just saying.
Ooh, pop off. Let's go.
Let's go. No, he's definitely better than me, but yeah, it was at GameSpot versus. There was a ton of players there because when I went to Japan, it was with a lot of American and European players, and they were aware that a lot of people were coming. So yeah, there was every Japanese was there, and it was before the Kakerugo, so everyone was practicing before the tournament, I guess. Yeah.
Was this the Kakerugo where in the pre-Kakerugo event you beat a whole like team of Hondas? You beat like 5 Hondas in a row or something?
Yeah.
Dude, what the hell was that all about? I guess like the Japanese really liked you, and again, this was around the time where Koemon, Hanashi, Sozo, like they were going ham and like doing all the new tech, I guess. So what was that like going to Japan? And I have this picture loaded up here in front of
it was
Game Daytona
with all the French crew. Yeah, pre-Kakerugo event was really fun. I remember when they are picking the pre-Kakerugo event is like characters against characters team. So every Fei player has to face, for example, every Bipson players. And they were picking which character is against which characters. And I was like, I'm pretty sure they're gonna pick Fei Long and Honda together. And Matsun just said, Fei Long, Honda! And I was like, oh shit. And they are all laughing. I was like, shit, this is the most boring thing ever. Because in this matchup, you just have to spam strong first, 10 strong first, and you pray for breaking those coins and 1,000 hand startups. You just pray. But the first Fei Long got bodied, and I was Koemon say, let's go Balcork. I was like, okay, and I think they don't play this matchup like me at all. And there was, I think the Japanese gave up too easy on Honda. They are like, okay, it's Honda, they just have to wait, we lose. And they just gave up too easily, I think, in my opinion.
Man, that's interesting that you feel that way. That's dope. Yeah, keep going.
And I was like just startling because for me it's not the skinny Chinese guy who has to attack. It's the fat sumo. You have to zone. You can't. You just on the paper you can't attack. So you have to wait his walk forward. When he walks, you can chicken wing because he has those coils stored. So you have to pay attention at this kind of thing. and the Japanese Fei Long players, they just go in. I was like, the kids they just can't do that, so they lose too easily. And I was just turning, and I started beating maybe 6 or 7 Hondas, and
Lost count.
yeah, Quaymon was really impressed. He was even it was Cross. Cross was on fire. He was like sharing, like he was crying. He was yelling at me. It was amazing. I think it gave me more strength, and I threw the last game. I should have won. The Honda who beat me, but I dropped my super motion for just cheap damage, and I did a Reka, a meaty
Oh
Reka.
my god. What a noob mistake, dude.
And I lost like this.
I saw that online, bro.
But not like this. I can lose to Honda, but not like this, please. And yeah, but Quaymon has a similar style. He told me that. He told me we play the character. We have the same style. But he said to me the only difference is that you play Fei Long with ugly colors. That was yeah. He asked me a lot of questions about my colors. I was like, why did you pick this color? It's weird. It's like just a comment.
Did you tell him the story about your name after? He's probably
No.
like, what the fuck?
And I was like, I picked this color because nobody. I never seen any Fei Long with this color on YouTube, so okay, take this color. This color is free. I take it.
It's free, yeah. No strings attached.
And it's a bit like a French flag, so you know. I like my color now, so I'm used to pick it. But yeah, it was really funny to speak with Quaymon.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely the like when I see that teal color, like anytime I see them, oh yeah, Balcork, like that's your definitive color. So, you know, it's pretty much owned by you now. While we're on the subject about talking about these different Fei Longs, can you tell us who your favorite Fei Long is, or you know, if it's more than one, just tell us like the difference in play style between them.
Yeah, they all have a different style. I think you have a style like Cross. It's more on reaction Fei Long. He does a lot of meaty crunching hard punch, a lot of meaty attacks, and so he bases his games on opponent mistakes. It can be really rewarded on tournaments because with the stress, etc. I don't have this approach at all. I'm more like safe jumping, doing safe meaty. I think at the end it's more you have you are more reward. You take less risk, and you have some nice. You can have some nice mix-up, and if you have the good read, you just open the guard and have a good combo instead of risking taking a reversal and you lost all your momentum. So yeah, you have this kind of Fei Long player who use actually a lot of meaties, and people who are more safe like Quaymon and me. And you have the Fei Long who I think they are in the middle of this. Like Anashi. Anashi, it's particular. His style is really unique. He's doing a lot of unsafe things visually. I think he used the game. He tried to bait a lot of his opponents by strange stuff on the screen, like he will hit really high with a jump, and you're like, okay, I can throw him after that. But then he flam kick because you really think he can flam kick at the like this, and he does the hard flam kick, not the light, the hard. The one
that means it was a read. Like he trusted his judgment. There's no doubt in his mind. Like it's all that set play is pretty much like that's a combo in a way.
Yeah, he's really aggressive. Fei Long's the most aggressive, I think. He's just going in, even if it's Honda DJ. He just doesn't care. He does a lot of stuff unsafe, but he doesn't care. He just, I think he trusts he has a plan. He wants to do this, and he just do it. Koemon is more like a reaction player. He will hit confirm a lot. It's what I think Anashi is lacking, hit confirm. Because I saw him so many times opening the guard, but going for his plan to do a flame kick. But you just to hit confirm with your Rekas and you're good. But I think Koemon today, in my opinion, is the best. They all say it's Suzu, but there is so few footage of him.
Yeah, he doesn't have the result.
He doesn't have the result. I don't even know if he goes to the event. I didn't see him in 2017.
He's pretty rare, and actually, just your assessment of the Fei Longs. I never got to play Hanashi, but I played Cross and Koemon, and Cross the way that he plays is if I whiff stand roundhouse or stand medium kick with Dictator, he just does like walk up crouching medium punch. It's like you said, it's all reaction. His whole game is he doesn't do anything. He just like stands there, and then he'll go for like those meaties, which it's kind of like, all right, here's my chance. Let me close out the match. I waited all this time and now let me do it. But that's a risk. It's a big risk, right? You're just testing someone's like throw ability or DP ability. And then you fight Koemon, and Koemon does that tech. You also do it where it's like chicken wing, and then instead of going for a throw, you do stand roundhouse or the sweep because the both of them beat the throw. And Koemon is just a scientist, man. You said it earlier too. The way that he breaks down the game, like when I played him in Japan the past few times, like we played long sets, and he's explaining to me that when he's fighting Dictator, he doesn't look he just looks at the Dictator's foot. So like the metal on his shin guards, like the boots. He goes, once I see it move forward, then I know if it's a Psycho Crusher or if it's a double knee, and I can do flame kick on reaction. So he's not looking at the clock. He's not looking at the super bar. He's only looking at Dictator's feet to see if they move. And that's how he does all those flame kicks in the close range, mid range, far range. He was showing me like the chicken wing, and when you block it in the corner, when Dictator can get the throw or when he can't get the throw, and it all depends on like it was super detailed. I don't want to be a nerd and just like go over it, but definitely like Koemon has the most knowledge and like mix up game. of all the Fei Longs.
He brings, like you said, the Sten Roundhouse who breaks Titotel's throat. But for example, this normals who was never used before. It was maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago they found this a utility to this roundhouse. So it's crazy.
Yeah, all this talk actually is it's kind of making me hype, and I kind of want to play you real quick. You down to play a game?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's just let me load up Fightcade. Yeah, I'm in there.
I know what you're doing here. You want to take your revenge in public? Okay.
Yeah, in public. I want the whole. Just so everyone knows, Balcork did beat me at Spring Series. I think he beat me 3-0. It was a blow up. It was crazy, but all this talk about Koemon this and all this tech, like, nah, I'm about to get my revenge on you. Let's pick it. Oh, nah, we're gonna bring it back to USA too, because I need to get revenge in my own country.
I understand.
I understand. All right. What? Okay. Yes. Uh-oh. Oh my god. No! What are you doing? Yes. Why couldn't I do this in Texas? It's only one round. Let me not pop off. It was only one round. But yeah, like, this match is so weird. Oh, wow. Nah, block those. Block those. Didn't block there, though. Oh, no.
Oh, good throw.
Yeah, Koemon taught me that. He told me to look at the feet. Oh, what? Stand roundhouse. Nobody uses that button.
Except Koemon and me.
Oh shit!
No!
Oh! Damn! Really? That's because of online. No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't ready. I wasn't thinking about that. Oh man. Oh fuck, you did that to me in Texas.
No!
Yes. You want to go again?
Yeah, first to 2.
Alright, first to 2. Let's do this. Yeah, we're gonna keep going. It's gonna be first to 100.
No, it's BO format.
Alright, first to 2. Let me get my revenge during quarantine time. Oh, why that trade? Oh, what?
Whoa! This combo with 200 lags. Nice.
Hey, I've been practicing ever since Spring Series for this moment. I'm going to start a podcast at 3 in the morning. I'm going to fight this dude. Practice that combo. He got me jumping. Oh, you don't want.
You're the man.
You want to call?
Like Spring Series? Okay.
Yeah, Spring Series. That's it. All right, 3 out of 5. That's it. We're gonna do this Spring Series style. But yeah, GameSpot versus like Tomoza and Koemon, they have the craziest matchups, man. This match is weird. There's no way of explaining it. It's so random. Like, what the fuck? How'd you switch sides? No. So many like tricks, like so many things that you're doing right now. I'm just seeing for the first time in my life. Like, I'm just trying to react to it.
No! My super!
How you get the input? Oh. Oh. Leave me alone. Yes. Oh, what? Who are you? Hanashi?
I'm a mix of every Fei Long.
Yeah, seriously. Oh! Damn it.
Yeah.
I couldn't jump. Damn it!
I
I should have quit. I should have quit when we were at 2. Nah.
My God,
dude.
we are
Yeah.
live.
Yeah. Now someone else is already streaming us. What the hell is going on? Is this real life? They're gonna be surprised to find out we're only doing like 1 or 2 more games. So, oh, what? Are you looking at my feet? You're looking at my boots. Oh shit! Get out of there! No. Oh man, the handshake. What the perfect. You downloaded me, bro. That's it.
Yeah. Like Japanese. I'm a Japanese.
Nah, I'll show you how the Japanese roll. What? Yeah. Huh? Oh, fuck that.
Shit. Couldn't do anything.
Yeah, it was kind of a checkmate. I had a good lead. Ah. I can't get the cross up anymore. Oh! Come on. I just want to win. I just want to end this. I don't want to do another game. No! What the fuck? I gotta do another game. Oh shit.
Too much pressure on you.
Yeah, I gotta do it for my country. And we gotta do it for all of Europe, so I gotta win this shit. Ah. No! That's so
There we go.
dumb. Oh, what? You knew that?
Oh shit.
Yes.
Oh, the final round.
Such a genius.
Good block.
Yeah. Oh no, I missed the cross up again. Come on, let me. Yes!
No!
I just need my super. Yes, I got my super! Yes. Nobody would expect that. All right, if we keep going, it's gonna be a first to 5, first to 100. I'm out. I'm closing it. I'll take that.
Well played, Riz.
Shit. GG's. All right. Just to be fair, guys, obviously that's online. It's significantly different. So let's go ahead and actually watch some of your offline matches. So I do have a couple of matches queued up. So, you can just talk about what the tournament was like and, what you were thinking going in. So if you want to take a look at my screen right now, this is you versus Justin Wong of all people. So just tell me about this match.
This is during Stunfest. This was tournament for Legend 2 qualifier. So Justin was already qualified, so I was sure to be qualified for the tournament. But Ali wanted to win because Justin Wong, this is not his main game. I wanted to prove that this belonged to true ST players. But he adapts really well. It's commentated by Ken Bogard. I saw a question on your Discord about how I feel against All Sagat. I don't have much practice against this character. I only got to play against All Sagat Paskis. It's a Finnish player, a really strong player. From 2010, he was really active. But yeah, I don't have much practice against All Sagat. I play a lot against Spinal Blood, new Sagat, but
shout out to Spinal Blood.
Yeah, an amazing player already. But it's different. The two characters are too different. It's not the same matchup at all.
At this time, did you know about like that jump jab trick against Old Sagat?
Yeah.
You already knew about that?
Yeah, in 2014, I tried against Justin Wong. He blocked it in this final.
What? Yeah, we just watched only the last match of the set. At this point, you had already entered a few tournaments, but was this like one of your first like big majors in a grand final?
It was, my first major was X-Mania Europe 3. I lost in top 16 against Max in Toulouse. Max is from the south of France, so from Toulouse. And everyone was cheering for him. It was very hard to stay focused, and it was my first offline event. I was not used to cab. Yeah, but I practiced a lot with the Parisian team at the arcade after X-Mania Europe 3. I wanted to be ready for the Stunfest. I knew there was a qualifier. I was like, I need to go to the US. I want to. So yeah, I practiced a lot. and I knew at Stunfence I will bully everyone because at that time people were not used to me, to Fei Long, and at that time I learned so many new tricks because 2013 was really the Fei Long year. There was so many. Yeah, I mean,
the year of the dragon.
I watched a video of the Danisen. It was Kurashi Guile, Suzu Fei Long, and Ashi Fei Long.
Oh my god, I know that one, dude. That was crazy. That's Sozo's best performance.
Yeah, and Suzu and Ashi were doing some crazy stuff against Guile. They found out so many frame traps that crush him really hard if he smashing too much throw, if he's smashing too much buttons.
It's like safe jump and then the short chicken wing beats Gal's reversal throw.
And I realized that at that time, lots of European players, even in the US in 2014, was at the Tour 2, were pressing a lot of buttons. I think people are really scared of the throw. But I'd rather take a throw than a Fei Long combo, and I think it's not like playing against Ryu. Okay, you can take a delay, crouch medium kick, fireball. I guess it's okay. Even if you got a knockdown. But against Fei Long, you just can't take this kind of damage free too easily. It's like you literally lose your 60% life bar. So I knew people weren't ready for Fei Long this year, except Justin Wong.
Well, the funny thing is that I'm not sure how well Justin knows the matchups. It's just his execution, his like reactions, his like he's just smart and like
he's smart in his zoning. He has good reaction with DP. He can dragon your chicken wing. He can just do the move full screen. He was one thing surprised me, and I couldn't have that. When I tried to throw him after my chicken wing, he just do a neutral jump after the chicken wing, and my throw just sweep with a strong punch, but I just have to wait and just dragon this neutral jump. But I repeat the same mistake like 6 or 7 times. When I watched it a few days later, I was like, oh no, I couldn't adapt to that. It's just like you can't escape like this. But he played really well. On the scene, he said that he was playing a cheap character against somebody who plays the real game for him. But I think it requires skills to be good with All Sagat. It's not like you can be good with him. I suck with All Sagat. Can't do shit. So no, it's a really very strong player. He even beat John Choi in All Sagat Mirrors at Tournament of Legend 2.
Yeah, and he beat Orf a few years back as well. I remember, actually, he even beat me at Canada Cup, and I remember in the middle of the match, like, it wasn't on a cab, we were playing side to side, and Justin Wong, like, I did a Psycho Crusher, he just uppercut, fierce uppercut, and I lost the match, and I'm like, oh my god, like, he's already up 1-0, and then he's up 2-0, I think. And then he goes, I'm sorry, I feel like, he said to me, I feel like I'm like crushing your dreams right now. Because he knows that it's like my main game and he doesn't even play, but he's that good that he can just like, you know, still be like competitive at it. But yeah, that's his ability. Like you said, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's clearly not a random at the game. He's real. It's a really good AC player.
All right, and then let's load up. I have a second video here. It's this is gonna be the TOL2 qualifier grand final. And this is just one of the matches. The one that we saw previously with Justin was the last match, but this one right here is just I don't remember which match, but let's just watch and tell me what you're thinking about like this matchup here.
The matchup, Fei Long Ryu.
Nice super.
I think it's for new Ryu has a lot of tools to annoy Fei Long. His crushing medium kick are really good. You just can't spam them against Fei Long because you can't take some Rekas, Futsi Rekas that are really strong. When you hit when you hit the corner, yeah, you see that he was pressing too many buttons, and this medium kick, this crushing medium kick was not necessary. It was I was in block string. You just wait. If you take a look at the spacing, I was far from Ryu, but just don't press anything because I can't throw you. So yeah, you have to be very patient. But it's an interesting matchup. If you jump over a fireball, you basically win. You can self jump him. I think it's really stressful for Shoto.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, definitely it's in Ryu's favor because it's hard for Fei Long to deal with a bunch of this stuff. But yeah, the pressure, you just have to be so prepared for everything. Actually, I remember now why I wanted to show this match. So in this bracket, you were the underdog, but everyone's rooting for you. And, you know, you won 3-1, but it ended up being a 1-4, and then Orf came back and won 4-3, right?
I won 4-0. I reset the brackets, and then he beat me 4-0 in the grand final after the reset. So it was like 4-4, but I was on the loser side. So. Speaking
of Ryu and hard matchups, this is pretty much now you're about to take care of something for me, because the same situation against Orf where you were up and then he kind of came back. There's a tournament where I was beating Damdai. I beat him 3-0, but then it ended up being a 1-4 and he beat me 4-3. So now we have here, this is a spring series last year, game 5, you versus Damdai. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on. Oh, that's a good setup there. The flame kick into...
Yeah. There is some interesting openings against Ryu. You can open with light Reka. It breaks Hadouken, and it's all in you. The first Reka allows you to move forward a little bit, so you can be close to Ryu after that, and it activates the proximity guard as well, so he can escape. So it's a good opening. You have the crouching Fierce also, who breaks medium kick because if you go for a Reka and Ryu open with a medium kick, you got beat.
Wow. Oh my god, he's in trouble. Oh shit! Damn it with the DP.
Yeah. Not enough life.
Yeah, you have a lot of tech for Fei Long, even like this matchup, like you were just saying, it's pretty cool.
I got very aggressive in the last round. I opened with a running kick. It's like I knew Damda wouldn't take a risk in the last round, so I was like, okay, Let's go in. I did an
I
anarchy
punish a
there.
grudge fierce. Oh no, damn die. So were you nervous going into this match against him? Because that's pretty tough, right? Like you gotta fight damn die. This isn't even like top 8 or anything yet. This is just pools. Like what were you thinking?
Honestly, I was really after the. I will tell how I came to Spring Series because I think it's interesting. I think Miko was invited by to go there, and then he couldn't due to visa issue. So Yoga Boy, the man Yoga Boy,
Yo,
the
Yoga
loved
boy,
one,
shout out to Yoga.
sent me a message 1 week before the tournament. Was like, hey, Balcork, won't you go to Dallas? There is $10,000 to win. Just kidding. I was like, it means it's in Texas. I have to look the flights. It's not like traveling to France. It's like it's a bit more complicated. But he told me, I'm a man who say never no, so okay, let's go, man. I just try to go there, and I was watching for a flight, and booked my flight. And,
damn, man, this was all a week before the tournament. You just decided like, all right, I'll go.
Yeah, it was before a week. I did the same thing for the X-Mania Europe 3. I booked my flight the day before the tournament because it was Paris to Toulouse, and I paid like 300 euros for intern flight, just paying 2 days ST. Yeah,
It was worth it.
yeah. I saw anarchy, so
Man.
yeah, I'm a man who take decision last minute, no problem. But my flight was not very well scheduled. I arrived, it was a long flight. When I just landed, Nicolas from Texas crew picked me up and bring me to the arcade. Then Murasaki saw me and he cried.
Oh, he cried because you were scared? Or?
No, he cried because he was really happy to see me. Because in Japan, I have a funny story in Japan with him and Komoda. I was at the after party Kakerugo. We were playing all night, and it was maybe 3 or 4 a.m. And I was playing against Murasaki, and I lost 30-0. I couldn't win a single game.
Holy shit.
And Komoda was behind me, and I watched my Gineros. Shout out to Okuto. And I didn't have enough, didn't add money anymore because Murasaki kicked my ass. And so I just leave the seats, and Komoda was behind me. He said, no, stay, training Murasaki. I was like, it's too good for me. I think I don't have any more money. And then Komoda was throwing his yen to me.
He just threw like coins at your face.
Yeah, I was like, no. I was like, no, it's your money. It's okay. He put his coin and put it in the cab. He forced me to play Murasaki.
Oh my god,
was
dude.
like,
Komoda's a boss, man.
Was like, boss. Play. You need to play. You can beat him. Play. Yeah, so then I saw Murasaki in... I didn't beat him in Japan. A single game. I beat Vega a couple times, but Murasaki no. And in Lyon, I beat him in the tournament in team tournaments. It was the first time I beat Murasaki. It was during a tournament.
Hey man, those are the times to win. So hell yeah.
Yeah. So I think Murasaki likes me a lot, and he didn't know I was coming in the Prix series, and he was really happy. And then he said, "Let's go do a first to 5. Let's go." I was like, "Oh, I just landed. Okay, man."
Yo, y'all wanted some lore? There you go. Balcork just gave you guys the lore on that. So that's how the first to 5 happened. Actually, there's another community question. I'm sure you read it, but let me go ahead and read it. And this question was from Sean, FPA. Shout out to Sean from Texas. And he said, how does it feel to be in the elusive 2-man 05 Murasaki club with myself? So at the first to 5, Murasaki ended up beating you 5-0.
Yeah, for me the club is more like 40-1, but
that's why, like, when I saw in the bracket that we were gonna fight each other, I'm like, oh well, Murasaki beat him 5-0. I mean, I'm not Murasaki, but maybe he doesn't know the matchup. I was like, oh, piece of cake. I was so confident.
I'm not confident against Dictator, honestly. I don't have much practice against this character. I have Prof. Jones. I played a lot for Europa, the Swedish Dictator's player, very strong one. But yeah, I don't feel really comfortable. I know what to do, but like you said, it's this matchup is crazy, so you never know. I think it's all about momentum and stuff like that. Yeah, I was lucky to beat you trio, but it don't reflect. I think it's the moment. So
yeah, there was definitely a lot of momentum on your side. I think I had Damned Eye sitting next to me, and like you were getting flame kicks. You were just doing a lot of stuff that caught me really off guard. And after game 2, I remember thinking, like, should I just switch to Ryu? But then I was like, but you know, you beat Damned Eye 3-2 with old Ryu. I'm like, I'm not gonna win. But I just remember, like, I kind of gave up. I was like, I can't, like, you already beat Damned Eye, you beat me, or you were beating me. I'm like, you know, you're gonna have a good show. Like, I guess this is it for me. That weekend was tough for me, to be honest, and I just felt like, damn, like I'm not gonna be able to beat him. Like I was already lost, and
yeah. But one other thing is I was not very confident before the tournament because I think I didn't play the game for at least 8 months.
Oh man, all right, rub it in my face, okay.
Right, but ST is not something you forgot, or so I didn't practice at all. But so I was a bit nervous because the execution is a bit a surprise. You don't know, you don't remember maybe the offline timing, stuff like that. But well, it turned out finally good for me. But yeah,
I guess your mind was fresh, right? Like. Like it was just easy for you to just get right back into it. And I think at Spring Series, who did you end up losing to? Was it just Orochun Matsun? Like just the Japanese, right?
Yeah. Like Tournament of Legend 2, I lost to Nuki and Anashi. But Anashi counterpicked me. So yeah. In the US, I only lose to Japanese guys.
Damn, yo, US, we gotta hold that shit. Oh my gosh. I mean, hey, at least, you know what? Come see me on Fightcade where I could beat you 3-2, hold that. But, you know, that's, dang, I completely forgot about that. Your match versus Hanashi was just a bunch of counterpicking. Walk me through that. So exactly what happened? Like, why did he even counterpick you? What was going on?
I think he was scared because he's definitely the best Japanese Fei Long at this time. And we played few casual. I won all of them, I think. But it was casual. You know, it means nothing. But maybe he lose confidence on his mirror matchup. And when I saw the bracket, I was against Anashi. I was so excited, man. I was like, oh yes, Fei Long mirror. I love the mirror, and because you have so many tricks, it's really fun. And then Kuropi, when I just sat on the cab, Kuropi asked me, which character are you playing? I was like, it's a weird question. I'm playing Fei Long, obviously. Now he told me Anashi is asking, who are you gonna play? For me, it was a weird question. I was like, Fei Long, why not a character? I mean, I'm on the poster with Fei Long. I mean, I'm gonna play with Fei Long. And I picked Fei Long, and then he picked immediately DJ. I was like, on the screen they are close, Fei Long and DJ. I thought maybe it was an input error or something like that. And I saw him throwing the first slash air. I was like, oh shit. And Off was like, oh no. And Off was, he was very sad for me. And his DJ is not even, I think he's strong because he knows the game, but he was not that strong, and I gave up, actually. Like you against me, I think I gave up because it was not because I can't win against DJ, but I was disappointed. And I couldn't focus on my game. It was I even picked Ryu, trying to beat his DJ, but it's not my character, and I put so much on Fei. I was like, fuck it, man, I'm gonna die with Fei Long. And
I'm gonna die with Fei. Yo, that's a quote right there. I gotta make a sticker out of that. Alright, yeah, go on.
And then I picked Fei Long, I beat his DJ. And then I saw Honda. I was like, wow.
Wait, so Hanashi played Honda after. And by the way, guys, this is when Hanashi was in his peak. He was the best Fei Long, probably. Like, he was one of the best in the world. At GSV, he was just beating so many people every week. And now he's over here playing like Honda and DJ against you. That's crazy.
Yeah, and my match against Honda is, I think it's not a good show. It's clearly not his main. You see that. It was not nice. That's not some nice match to watch. And I just gave up against his Honda. DJ, he's throwing projectile at you, you jump, you try your stuff. Honda, it's very boring, and I gave up. I just gave up.
That kind of sucks. You didn't get the match that you wanted.
I thought after DJ he would have picked Fei Long because he was 2-1. So he has just one game to win. In the mirror, it's like it's not like he's bad with Fei Long. So
yeah, it's funny because I've seen Hanashi play their mirror match, and he does really well. Like he'll do cross up, and then Fei Long blocks, and then he'll do like crouching fierce, stand jab into Rekka.
Yeah.
It's like a Fei Long only combo. It only works in the mirror match. And
Yeah, it breaks the flame kick too.
yeah,
So-
it goes under the flame kick and it beats reversal throw. So it's like a perfect setup as long as you can time the cross up. Yeah, I'm surprised that he would do that. I mean, that means he was afraid of you, right? So
Yeah, I think
that's
he
a
was.
good thing.
Yeah, he was afraid. Maybe to lose his status of best Fei Long, but it's obviously the best. It's not questionable. And in the next day, he asked Zas to do the translation. He apologized to me. But I was like, man, it's okay. You know, you're the best. I mean, you play better than me. You are better. So I was disappointed because I was expecting the mirror Fei, and I think it would have been a great show.
Yeah, that would have been pretty hype. I guess we'll never know, but you know, there'll always be another chance to go back to Japan, make the big stage, and you know, see that in action again. But yeah, also shout out to Zas. This dude speaks French and Japanese, I
Yeah.
guess, too, and you know. Then he made the color palettes for ST so we could play with the nice colors and stuff. Actually, the match that we played, I'm like, why are you picking a different color? And I'm like, oh yeah, we're playing the version with the colors. I was just like, you're not even picking the Balcork color. All right, so I have here just a couple more community questions, and I think we can start wrapping it up. But oh wait, no, and then there's one big topic that I want to bring up. Well, we'll see how that goes. But Kyoya wanted to ask, who's your favorite Fei Long? I think you already answered. It's Koemon, right?
Yeah, my favorite film to watch is Koemon.
All right, yeah, we already went into that. So, L Trouble asked, does the European scene have any French terminology for Street Fighter, like for ST, that's different? So, like, we'll say safe jump or something, or proximity guard, but is there any, like, technique in France that we don't have, or it's a different term?
Not so much, really not. If you use a lot of English words for that.
Alright.
Sometimes we are saying gros point for up punch, but we are not. Just not. We don't have our proper terms. Sometimes we translate the moves, but that's it.
Oh, right, like the special, like, do you call it Shoryuken, or do you call it, like, Dragon Punch, for example? Or do you just say it in French?
Point dragon. No, we don't say that. We just say Shoryuken, Dragon Punch, DP.
Oh, no. And then James Walton, who you mentioned before, he asked, at XSB 2018, you represented the French flag, but at XSB, I'm assuming 2019. Dang, I didn't write the whole question down. You represented the Portuguese flag. Why was that?
Yeah, because my both parents are Portuguese. They are born there. And I don't know any Portuguese player, and I got the nationality too. I'm Portuguese and French. So I decided to represent Portugal at this tournament. I mean, why not? It's just for fun.
That's cool. You represented the nation. Do you speak Portuguese as well?
No, because my parents didn't speak Portuguese at home because they were scared that I couldn't learn French fast as the other kid. It's a stupid way of thinking, and they regret it today. But
Well, how about English? How'd you learn English? Was it through school or?
yeah, only schools, travel, and I watch my TV show in English.
And Terminator, of course.
Yeah. Never watched Terminator in English actually.
What?
Yeah, because I was watching it when I was a kid, so yeah, it's a shame. I know.
So wait, so what is like, I'll be back? How does he say it in French?
They are keeping. It's a good question. No, he says je reviendrai.
I don't know. I think I'll be back sounds cooler. I mean, French is dope though. Like,
Yeah, I'll be back is like je reviendrai.
it's not. It sounds too romantic for me. I don't know. It's like I'll be back with like flowers and chocolate. Like I don't know. It doesn't sound Terminator enough for me. It just turned into like a love movie. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think
It's
I
like
have
a
to watch it
romantic
in
comedy.
Yeah, it's throwing flowers instead of bullets.
Yeah, like the roses scene in Terminator 2 at the mall where he takes his shotgun out. They just like edited that out. It's just only flowers in that scene.
Yeah, I don't recommend to watch it in French. The translation are bad, the voices are bad, everything is bad.
All right. I think that's all the community questions I had, but I wanted to bring it back to one topic that we mentioned before, and it's about Walmart. And back at Tournament of Legends 1, for those who may have forgotten, or for those who may not be aware, but Walmart actually came by. He had a pretty good showing, but he was the first like French person, I guess, to come to US and compete on a big stage. So what was the significance of Walmart coming to the US? Like, how was that for Europe and the French scene?
Volmar won qualifier tournaments during X-Mania too. So it's someone who actually really deserves the spots. At that time, he was one of the best French players. Yeah, I think he, as European, I was like, I hope he will do a good performance there, showing how good we are in Europe. Because in 2012, I don't think US knew about the European players. I mean, only via GGPO. But yeah, I think he had I don't know if he felt the pressure of the European scene behind him, because there is because Volmar has unique style, honesty. He's playing a sim, and the multi throw is a bit annoying to take, and he's a man who masters where the throw is he has a good throw. So some people are a bit complaining about his style. So he has a lot of haters, but someone who did a lot for the community, especially in French, because when he went to the Tournament of Legend, he did a documentary, and it was published on a popular website, and it brings so many new players, really. So, I feel like at this time we are maybe 10 or 12 players playing online, but after that it was like 80, it was crazy. The GPO was full of French guys. They are not the majority of them stopped the game, but players like Miko stayed. There is another guy called Siggy. I don't think people know him because He don't. He doesn't go to events. He just plays online, but he's crazy good. And yeah, it did his presence did made a big difference in our community and keep it alive, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, like, thinking about it now, Tournament of Legends 1 was kind of like one of the big peaks of Super Turbo in the US and I guess in the world, because, you know, you had like Mao and Kusumundo, Tokido, Daigo, like they all played. Sako was playing, but also, you know, Damned I was the hungriest to be the best, and Afro was the hungriest, and DGV was playing.
Yeah.
Paper Cut was, you know, his best, and there was like so many strong players. And in that time, for Walmart to come from France and do the documentary, like, if something like that were to happen today, it'd be crazy. But this was at a time where the game was so competitive. But like, I guess, like, I don't know. I didn't really like think too much about it. I was just thinking now that all these years have passed, like that was kind of a big event for the European scene, I want to say, because before that, you know,
it's the first time that an European compete in this kind of competition with so many good players, best Americans, maybe the best player of the world, Mao. Yeah. And it hyped me so much as a player. I was like, I want to go there. I think that's why I trained harder and made it to TOL 2. Maybe without his presence, I was not. I would not be able to reach that level. I don't know. So yeah, it's a very important person for the community.
Yeah, that's sick, man. Yeah, I mean, as dope as that is, when I watched you guys play online, I'm always so disappointed though, because it was so rough to deal with Fei Long. I mean, Fei Long versus Honda. It always just looks so rough online. Like, oh man, I can't watch this right now. My eyes hurt. Yeah, that was cool what he did, and you know, his match against Mars was hype. But
yeah.
I mean, well, at least Mars got the W on him, and also at that Evo, Mars also beat Hanashi. So there you go. Shout out to Mars Gotti.
Yeah, definitely a strong guy. I played. We played a lot with Mars on GGPO. With more than 100 lags, but at that time I just didn't care, just play.
Yeah, just play, like win or lose, like whatever. I just want to get as many games as possible. And I don't know. Well, I wanted to ask you like what you think the future holds, because right now with FightK2, there's so many players coming on. Like just the other day, you got John Choi, Alex Valle, and Justin Wong all online, like at the same time, and all of them playing ST. Like that's crazy. But
it like brings back the old the OG.
Yeah, the OGs.
But also a lot of new players. So yeah, it's great. It's great for the game. I think new players. Will show up in a few years thanks to Fat Cave. There is a ton of new players in France, also in Spain. It's hard for me to tell if Rising Star is coming, but I think some strong name will come up in the future.
Yeah, some Street Fighter 5 player is gonna decide to play Street Fighter 2. He's gonna play you online and lose 1 million games, and then he's gonna be like, "Oh, Cammy's a strong character, or Blanca's a strong character," and then he's just gonna master them and come to the US and body everybody. But I mean, hey, if these things can happen, I mean,
Why
it happened
nobody
before.
plays Cammy? I don't understand.
Yeah, only your best friend Max plays Cammy, but yeah, definitely shout outs to the whole like French scene and you know.
Yeah, Max is very impressive because he's from the south area when he started the game, and there was there are few good players, but they were not top players. They were just good. I mean, really good, but and I don't know how did he became so good with this character because there is like no footage, even less than Fei Long. So
Yeah, that's true.
you rarely see a cameo on video, and he brings some. He's really good at it confirming cross up, ambiguous cross ups. Yeah,
I mean, I think that just goes to show you why ST is like such a good game. It's because you know you can kind of make it work with any character. Just because there's not a lot of footage doesn't mean you can't figure it out. And you know, people are gonna just do that. They're gonna make the odds work in their favor and win with these tough characters. So,
yeah.
you know,
And I think what it's important is to believe in your character because I think it's like was Max and me. I think it's like the main. We have the same way of the when we pick our character. It's like he believed that Camille was not bad, or I think he still thinks Camille is good. And I think it's important to believe your character is good. You can just pick Zangief and say, ah, it's bad, just Lariat and hoping for a knockdown. You have to believe in your character. And people just, I think, at least in the French community, complain too much about their character and then they are switching. And I mean, if it's a character you like to play, just play it, and you can be good with your character. So
yeah, because if you're just switching characters, you're never gonna like truly master them because, and you know, maybe a couple of you guys will have experienced this. For those who are listening, and you know, this game has a bit of magic, right? Like, there's a part of the game where when you're playing, you're able to do things that are just like, what the hell? Like, how did that happen? But when you play the character and you kind of like become it and you're able to do these things, you play the game in a way where it's kind of like magic is happening, and you get more of those type of moments when you play the character that you believe in and you just do it. But if you're constantly like swapping out characters and, you know, you might be well-rounded in the game, you might be able to get wins or whatever, but you know, you miss that the extra, the oomph, the extra, you know, the aspect of the game that can't really be explained with words. Like, I can't even find the word to explain it.
yeah, I
you don't
agree.
get to experience that. So, but yeah. Just to wrap up, who would you like to have on Super Lore Boys one day?
European or Japanese?
Anyone. Like, who do you want me to reach out to? Basically, give me anybody.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Anyone?
Just kidding. Yeah, maybe another European player. Off would be interesting.
Damn it. You know, I already reached out to him too because I plan on getting him. But yeah. He's definitely one of my picks, and I've gone to Japan with him. We played a shitload of games. He came to New York, and I played him in New York before. Yeah, he's one of my picks for sure. I already hit him up, but he didn't respond back yet. Maybe it's an old phone number, so I got to find another way. But yeah, Orf is amazing, dude. He plays such a unique style, and it's unpredictable, but just what we were talking about a minute ago, being able to do things with your character because you stick it out with them. That's why he's so good with Ryu. He's Orf, like.
I mean, when I play other characters, I have trouble to adapt to my opponent because I don't enough well my character to, like, when I play Ryu, I don't know to break this stuff because I know his normals enough well, his timings, etc. With Fei Long, if someone does something to me, I can adapt because I know what to do because I know all his moves.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough to just juggle the characters like that. Some people are able to do it, like Afro and Damn Died. They can play multiple characters and, like, yeah, they're good. But
maybe you can if you specialize to specific matchup. Maybe you're good with Ryu only against Honda. But
nah, I don't even want to do that. I tried that once at Canada Cup against Bort. He beat my dictator, and then I switched to Ryu. I'm like, I remember telling Dan that, like, yo, I don't want to think. I'm just gonna pick Ryu and win this shit, right? And then Bort beat me, so now he's up 2-0. And then I'm like, what the fuck? so then I switched back to a dictator, and somehow I clutched it out.
Yes, because you're like me. You have to die with your main character.
Yeah, exactly. That's the magic. That's the magic in the game, guys, right there. I did some Harry Houdini. It was magic. I don't know how I did it, but it worked out. And yeah, I think people should consider which character they want to stick with, and you know, just work at it, and make a weird username like Balcork, and then and then you know, just get good with your character.
What's a Balcork?
What's a Balcork?
Yeah.
And do you have any shout outs?
Yeah, sure. Shout out to you, Riz. What you're doing, it's really cool, and having a lot of different people from different areas, Japan, Mexico, the US. It's really cool to listen to people's stories. So yeah, I'm looking forward to your new episodes coming. Shout out to my boys Zaggy and Max. We are in 2 weeks we have the XSB 2020 first offline event since the quarantine.
Yeah, that's right.
We are gonna playing with masks, and it's gonna be great.
Well, probably by the time we air this, maybe it'll be 1 week after. So, yeah, for anyone who's watching this, maybe about a week after. Well, what's the exact date for XSB?
18th October.
Okay,
October
so
18th.
October 18th. Yeah, we'll definitely be cheering for you. So, you know, or at least I'll be
thanks.
cheering for you.
I know I have the US respect now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you. Oh, I didn't even mention you also beat Fromo, and Fromo's like not a joke at all. Like, so
Yeah.
that tournament, you beat me, you beat Damdai, and you beat Fromo. That's kind of heavy. So,
My favorite matchups are Guile and Blanca.
oh wow, interesting.
I think it's so tough for Blanca. Even Komoda had a lot of trouble against my Fei. Only A4 was only with A4 it was 50-50, but the other Blanca it was for me, because I think it's just really hard. Has so many safe stuff. You can punish his wall with hard damage. It's really hard. It's not impossible for Blanca because once he knock down you and have a good mix up, he can stun you. But in the first 2-3, I think if you play someone with your level, with a lot of knowledge of the matchup, it's hard.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, shout out to the French community, to everyone who's watching this. I hope my English was not too bad.
Hey man, c'est la vie.
Yeah.
That's about all the French I know. And a rendezvous.
Et voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? That's a Josh C question. No, Josh, I don't want to coucher avec toi. Yeah, shout out to all the ST players, to the Spanish guys. Yoga Boy is amazing.
Yeah, Yoga Boy. Yoga Boy is a walking like I don't know, encyclopedia for ST.
It's not like he's not playing that much the game, but what he's doing for it, it's crazy, really.
Yeah, he's like the mascot. He's the biggest cheerleader, I guess.
Yeah, it's and he's doing a lot of stuff. I think without him, I wouldn't go to Spring Series. I would have just watched it.
So he killed my Spring Series run. No, I'm just kidding.
I think he really wants to have all the communities together at big events. And for him not having a strong European player, I think for him, if there was no European player, the event was missing something. I think.
Yeah. Well, he definitely helped put like Europe on the map. Not as a player only, but like, you know, just being able to like connect people. Because I was even asking Yoga Boy about you. I'm like, is there any specific stuff? And he actually mentioned a lot of stories that you already shared, including one where you were at GSV and you just beat up a bunch of Fei Longs, like, and they're all like, what the hell? So that you're really good at the matchup. But yeah, Yoga Boy is, you know, he has a wealth of knowledge about all the players around the world. So, yeah, this is shout out to Yoga Boy.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to everyone who loves this game. Yeah, my big brother. I think I wouldn't be there without him. So my parents, shout out to my parents. I wouldn't be there without them also.
Yeah, at all. Shout outs to their parents and their parents' parents.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
Shout out to the whole world.
Yeah, that's it.
Towards
the people who does stuff for the game during this quarantine time, Bazooka, Zargat with his podcast. It's good. I think it brings a lot of new players, and yeah, it's good to share stories about the game.
Yeah, man. Definitely appreciate you taking the time today, whenever. I don't know what time or day it is anymore, but appreciate you, you know, just hanging out. We only really got to meet once at Spring Series, but, you know, hopefully in the near future when, you know, there'll be more offline tournaments and travel will be safe. I hope we can play again and, you know, have a real 1-3 offline. that Fightcade match didn't count, but I'm still glad I got the W, of course. I'm happy, but you know, yeah, so thanks for that. This is going to be a quick ninja edit for this episode. It was brought to my attention that maybe there were some errors in the lore, and since it's my job to make sure that the true story is told, I have a little bit of a snippet from Damned Eye that I like to read. He said, at Riz1, how you fuck up the X-Mania qualifier lore. First of all, it's actually SBO qualifier lore, but anyway, continuing on to what he said, it was supposed to be head-to-head, but one of the cabs had the monitor installed upside down and Jason wouldn't fix it. WTF. So it was up to me, and Ducky was there as a stick modder, and he was pretty confident we could do it. Seems he didn't know shit about cabs, and neither did Jason, apparently, since he didn't warn us, which is mind-boggling. And we tried to rotate the monitor while it was still attached to snap the neck. The whole situation was ridiculous. That was a pretty long run-on sentence, but there you go. That's the real lore. And I guess, that'll be it for this episode. Super Lore Boys, episode 5. If you like what you see, like what you heard, you can follow along on twitch.tv/Riz1. We're also on my YouTube channel, Super Lore Boys. And, we'll catch you next time. So stay tuned till the credits to find out who will actually be on episode 6. Otherwise, be safe, be happy, play ST, and peace out.